Well, surprisingly, I have had a few requests as to, hey Gary, how's your shop set up and what you do? Well, and let me start this by saying I'm not a business, I'm retired. I do this stuff for shits and giggles. I enjoy it. I've never had the opportunity prior to my retirement to do what I want to do. I've always done things for other people and made money for other people, not for myself. And in my retirement, I'm not making money hand over fist. It's just, yeah, it buys me a bottle of gin. What can I tell you? So let me, they want to look at, I say, my workshop. I really don't have a workshop, but I'll go through and I'll show you what I got. I don't know why. I guess you guys find it interesting. So here, I'm just walking out in the sunshine here in my driveway, my nice house, and I have a few things going on. That's the wife's Mercedes. That's a Chevy pickup truck I got from one of my customers that I'm selling. I did some work on it. I'm going to sell it. This is my work truck, my Ram 1500. Cost me $2,800. I've had to have the transmission done. Could I have done it myself? Yeah, probably, but I didn't want to. It's too much fucking work. So I got that done. Under the cover is my 88 Corvette, which I've got to work on and sell. The garage, as you look at it here, underneath that cover, as you're probably aware, is my Jaguar XK8. Here, at the moment, this is a kind of storage area. Now, this is normally where my Jaguar Mark II would live. But she's in the body shop at the moment, and I'm hoping to get her back early next year so I can start putting shit together, which means I've got to get rid of all this shit. Now, underneath this cover is my 1979 Triumph Bonneville. I've always wanted a Bonneville. I cannot afford a 60s Bonneville, which is what I want. This is a 70s Bonneville. And I'm sorry, that's just too much effort for me to pull that off. So here in my workshop, which, like most people, I have to accommodate some house things, which annoys me because as far as I'm concerned, a garage is for car shit. But I have to accommodate a couple of ladders, a water tank over there in the corner, a water softener there. Really annoying, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. There is my welder. Yep, that's a Hobart welder. Really great welder. Cannot complain about that at all. So, and as you can see, obviously, and you're well aware of my Jaguar Mark II engine, looking resplendent, but not ready to go in. Yes, it is. The car's not ready. That's the problem. So let's move over here. Now I'm going to have to do a whole shitload of stuff before we get too far into this. So let's go with the simple shit first. Parts washer. I got this from a neighbour of mine. Company he worked for didn't want it. And they wanted $400 for it. And I said, forget about it. I'm not paying $400 for some plastic. So they came back and said, no, $40. Oh, smart washer, $40? Okay, I'll take that. Then he came back and said, oh, I'm sorry, Gary. They have to charge tax or something. It's going to be $43. Oh, so I am denied for a nanosecond and said, yeah, all right, come on, let's do it. So, got myself a nice parts washer. And those of you that don't have one, go to Harbour Freight, get something, because they're so handy. Now, over here, as he says, lifting his leg and shutting the drawer, and this drawer, I got a fair old selection of tools. I really would love to have a nice workshop and then a car area, but I don't. I have a 2-car garage. So yeah, I got things tucked in corners like my grinder here, my Snap-on toolbox, and in my Snap-on toolbox I have an array of wrenches, and 2 of them have fallen out, and I'm sorry, that is just not acceptable. We will beat them severely off of camera. And I have, my special wrenches over here. This particular one is rather good for Jaguar XK engine float bowl assemblies. My son sent me this. Not quite sure why, but it's a 10mm snap-on thing. And then I have those wrenches, which are long wrenches. They're extremely useful. And my snap-on ratchet wrenches, again, extremely useful. My proper size ones, which are the good old Imperial 11/16, etc. Beautiful. Under there, tucked in, is the crow's feet and a vast array of metric wrenches. I seem to end up working on a lot of cars that require metric wrenches. Don't want to, but there you go. And a few other, line wrenches, brake wrenches, etc. So that's where that kind of drawer comes into to action. And then we move over and we got all our plier type tools. Terrific. And what do we have here? The bigger ass motherfuckers, and these, get yourself a set of these. Again, Harbor Freight. They're for closing off lines when you're disconnecting things. Extremely handy. What do we have here? Oh, selection of hammers. Yes, of course. Oops, sorry about that. Everybody must have a selection of hammers, because you want to hit something or you want to hit it again. And then on my lower drawer here is full of, pry bars, G-clamps, etc. Now, then we move over to the other side, of course, and we discover that somebody's doing shit. That's me, guys, so that's why there are 3 screwdrivers missing, because I'm doing shit. Yes, did I plan this? No, I fucking didn't, so I just thought I'd do it. Oops, excuse me, let me turn that baby there. This is my screwdriver drawer. Screwdriver? Oh, we'll have to, haven't got the time. Here, various, and this is a pisser. Every time you open and shut the drawer, things move, despite the magnets I've put in. Look at them. Okay. Various disconnect tools for various lines, oil, AC, etc. These I just kind of picked up, and I'll be honest, I just bash them on when I need them. Various star sockets, Torx pieces, all sorts, Allen stuff, and various oil wrench thingies. Go down the next drawer. What do we got here? This is all picks, punches, heavy duty shit. Nice brass punch for when you need it, if you can find it. Good old hose tools. You cannot be without those. You need those, they're great. Let's see, hang on a second. Okay, here we have a couple of torque wrenches. This particular one, second hand, was $400. Again, snap-on. And that's a 1/2 inch one. And then I have my little 3/8 one. Also various other tools that you kind of find you need. This particular one is just a multimeter. Nice little jobby. Really very handy when you're trying to fix shit. And a voltage reader. Tells you what voltage is going through. Thread cleaner. Various relay switches, so you don't have to actually jumper it with that. Use those switches. You know what that is. And here are various plastic pry tools to remove trim, etc., etc. So then we move on down to the next drawer, which is files and drill bits. Ooh, ain't that a fucking beauty? And this old OXO box is actually full of a variety of Allen keys. And the OXO box over there, that's full of a variety of drill bits. And then tape and all sorts. And our final drawer here is this is the heavy shit. This is the impact stuff, adjustable wrenches, my GoPro shit, impact driver. So, oh, and then there's a little sandblaster thing, and under the cabinet there are various bearing pullers, extractors, etc. And I gotta say, at the moment, my garage is a right fucking mess, and I'm ashamed of it. But there you go. I'm doing work at the moment. You know, a few boxes here. This snap-on one here. This is a impact wrench, but it's a 3/8 small one. This lovely little kit here is for pulling dents. In all honesty, it's probably something I'm going to get rid of. I don't like getting into dent pulling. Panels are not my thing. Then we move this out of the way, and let's move that out of the way too. Oh yes, my toolbox there with metric and proper size imperial sockets there, and all of these variety of tools. Now the one that well, this is my normal ODB reader. I have a plastic welder, I have a pneumatic staple gun. I got more shit here than I know what the hell I've got. This though is one of the best tools you can buy. That motherfucker cost me, I think it was about $85. When you're working on a vehicle, you got to disconnect the battery, you plug it into the ODB sensor and the ODB connection, and it will keep the memory of the computer. Therefore, you don't have problems with alarm systems, etc. Great little tool, and also you can use it for testing because it's got a 12-volt adapter. That one I know is fuel. I think these are spring compressors. Can't remember for the life of me what this one is. AC clutch tool. Wonderful little grinder there. Nothing like a good grind. And various extractor tools, steering pump, steering column, etc. So, you know, I've got a fair old fucking collection, but I'm not a business. These are just pieces of shit I've collected over the years. And to be honest, I think it's time I thinned the herd. I don't need them. I can sell them, and once I've sold them, if I need them, I can go to my local parts store and rent them. So that's really my workshop area. You know, here is my bench, such as it is. And I have my big screen and my computer. You cannot these days work in a garage without a computer. My buffing tool to buff all the aluminum, and don't forget I'm doing restoration on my own cars, so that's why I've got a lot of these tools. And rather than paying somebody, I'll buy the tool, do the job, and then shit, I'll sell the tool. I did that with a pump. I needed to empty my pool, so I bought the pump. It cost me a couple of $100, sold it for 150. If I'd rented the tool, it would have cost me a couple of $100 to rent the tool, so no point. This is my beautiful compressor. Great compressor. We won't go into the cupboards, but let's say they're full of oil, they're full of paint, all that kind of stuff that you would normally expect in a cupboard. And up on the top there, in the box, is my radiator for the Mark II Jaguar, and that big red ass thing is the gas tank for my Jaguar. So, you know, I have to do storage, unfortunately, as well as make it my work area. And now let's go and let me show you my other little workshop area. Okay, so this isn't part of my workshop area. I just wanted to show it to you. Yeah, I got dead palm in the corner. But hell, living in Arizona is so fucking wonderful. I would say I'm blessed, but I'm not a religious person. So I guess I'm just fucking lucky. Alright, so we come around here. Ooh, good old Barbie. Now, I got a little storage shit here. My power washer. The Mark II Jaguar gearbox. And no guys, it will not be going back in the car. Shock horror, what are you going to do? I'm going to put in a 6-speed, sorry, rewind. I'm going to put in a 5-speed. I've got one in the E-Type, and although I haven't driven it, my brother has, and he says it's fucking wonderful, so that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to put in a 5-speed into the Mark II. Now, in effect here, I do have a 5-speed because, as you can see, this one's got an overdrive unit on it. But it's a Mossbox, no synchro on first. I'm going to be using this Mark II as often as I can, every day I can. So I want it to be easier to drive. Okay, now, as you can see, this is a shed. And apart from the giveaway hook there, you wouldn't know you can get in there. So let's go in and see. Ignore the golf clubs. I'm a once in a blue moon golfer. Or gopher. And the only reason is because my friends are good golfers and I'm not. So they don't like to go play with me too often. This is the Mark II parts storage area. Yes, it is a bench. You can see it's a bench. And it's full. All of these boxes are full of Jaguar Mark II parts that are heading back to the car as quickly as I can get them there. Up there, you will see the exhaust. I was going to throw that away and get a different exhaust. And then I discovered that that exhaust is, I want to say, around $2,500. Now, obviously, that's not it. All you're seeing there is the mufflers and the tailpipes, and over the back are the rest of the pipes. I don't think you can see them. Now, they're buried. Don't worry about it. And all of that shit. Now, yeah, I don't need the door panels because they're old and they're going to be thrown away. But for the moment, I'll hang on to them until the vehicle is done. Now we come out here. Here we have my little blast tank. And that's what I'm working on with my heater box that you're all watching the other video on. This is a very, can't really think of the right word. It's a dusty area. Let's step in here. As you can see, it's very dusty. This is the heater box that I'm working on, which videos will follow. But I've got it connected to my big ass blast gun. Why? Because the gun that's in there on this cabinet is really not up to par. But attached to this motherfucker, damn, it can blow shit away. The oven here, yeah, it's all messy, but this is my powder coat oven. Over in the corner there, you see all that pipe. I may or may not try and use that in the Mark II. And as I said that, I'm looking at this going, that doesn't look too good, does it? I got a feeling I won't be using that in the Mark II. I have a press. This particular one is a 12-ton press. I may actually be putting that up for sale and buying myself a 20-ton press. Why? Because I like big ass motherfucking tools. My little rolls of tape there. Hopefully you're seeing those. The old Mark II radiator. And my powder coating booth, for want of a better word. And I built that because these are the oven racks, and if it goes in here, height and width wise, it'll go in the oven, and then I can powder coat it. So really, guys, that is the tour of my little setup. Now, as I said, I'm not a business. I just do this for shits and giggles. And I've had a number of requests saying, "Hey Gary, how'd you do this? What's your workshop like? Blah blah blah." Well, so there you go, guys. That's it. It's not spectacular. It's just a guy at home who builds shit, does shit, and hopefully you may even find it slightly interesting. And if you don't, oh well. And yeah, out here, you know, I do have to accommodate the house, what's the word? Tools, maintenance, shit. Which is why I have sawzalls, circular saws, boxes full of electrical shit. A toolbox out here for when I'm working out here, then I don't have to rush back inside to the garage. A couple of saws, you know, you have to do these things. You have to make certain sacrifices. And whilst some of you who are a bit sharp will notice there's certain boxes with numbers on. Well, simply put, I have a list on a computer and I write box 17 for argument's sake. And then I'll list the contents of box 17. So as I'm restoring the vehicle, I need anything to do with brakes. So I go through my Word document as it happens and search for brakes. And every box that comes up with something to do with brakes, I write that box number down. Then I come out here and I get those boxes and I pull the brake shit out, and then I've got everything I need to put it back together. And if I don't, then I need to buy it. Excuse me. My throat's getting dry here. I need some gin and tonic. So let me go back and get my gin and tonic. All right, to wrap up this video, my bench. As you can see, there are various pictures of beautiful women alongside a beautiful Mark II. That's my main thing. And yeah, my calendar with the Merc and a good old Levis 600cc motorcycle. Yeah, I'm into bikes too. Harley Davidson sticker. Got to bow and say, sorry guys, don't have one anymore. Used to, still love them, but I can really only have one bike at a time, I guess. And currently it's a Triumph Bonneville. My silly little plates up there. Caution, wear eye protection. Used to have that above my bed. Guess why? We won't go into that, will we, my darling? And number plate off of my Dodge, my Jaguar, and my Jaguar, and my Jaguar. We'll get you guys to say it properly eventually, even if we have to beat you with a happy stick. All right, guys. Again, thank you for watching this. I hope you found it of interest. I know it's really not a restoration one or a how to do thing, but it's me. It's where I am. It's the person I am. It's the shit I work with. Could it be better than a real man cave? Yeah, it could. But until I finish the restoration, I ain't no Jay Leno. I don't have huge amounts of space or money. So, hope you enjoyed it, guys. As always, please do like, comment, subscribe. Ding the dong. Get your friends, your mother, your girlfriend, your boyfriend to subscribe to my channel. It does help. And I'll see you on the next video, which will probably be me finishing off the heater box and the Jaguar Mark II. And to those of you that requested this particular video, thank you very much. It was an interesting one to create. Of course, I did note the other day that one of my other channels that I view was, what's his name? Living with a Classic. He's a gentleman in Sweden. Speaks extremely good English. Certainly does better than I speak Swedish. All I can say is, Swede, they treat you like a turnip, not like a Swede. Which is ridiculously stupid, Gary, but there you go. No, he's a real good guy. I mean, he's another no, I was going to say he's an ex-IT guy like me. I'm an ex-IT guy. He's an IT guy currently. And he lives on a farm. Lucky bugger. He's got all sorts of buildings and all sorts of interesting stuff. So if you get a chance, jump onto his channel and see what he's doing. It's really interesting. It's called Living with a Classic, and you'll know the guy because he has a speech impediment, which is he live with a classic. And I'm not taking the piss out of him. That's just the way he speaks, and that's it. You know, don't get upset by it. It's not insulting. I just wanted to let you know you got the right channel if you're living with a classic. he's a great guy. I wish I was in England in one respect, because I'd pop over and see him in Sweden and say hi and buy him a beer, but that's not going to happen because I'm in America now. All right, guys. Again, please do like, comment, subscribe. Want to send me an email at gstargarage@gmail.com, and that is star with 2 R's. Good night. God bless. Now get out in your garage and do some shit.